Right now, average processing times are sitting at over 8 months. So, getting a New Zealand partner visa in 2026, it is absolutely a high-stakes waiting game. It's not just about filling out a quick form and saying you're in a relationship anymore. The stakes are way higher, the digital checks are significantly stricter, and the wage thresholds tied to your supporting partner have just been aggressively updated. If you're gearing up to submit your application this year, a single missing detail or even a weirdly formatted document could trigger massive delays, or worse, an outright decline. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what you need to know to make your application completely bulletproof.
So, to tackle these crazy wait times, big changes are happening on June 1, 2026. All family temporary visa applications, and that includes partner of a worker and partner of a student visas, are migrating over to Immigration New Zealand's enhanced immigration online system. Now, the goal here is great. They want to drastically cut down processing wait times by using dynamic forms and automated ID readers. But, there's always a catch. Faster decisions mean far stricter digital checks right up front. The new system expects all the correct information right out of the gate. If your data is even slightly inconsistent or just poorly organized, the automated system is going to flag it, and that results in painful delays.
Okay, before we dive into the evidence, we really need to clearly distinguish which path you're actually on, because the rules are completely different depending on the visa. The partner of a New Zealander resident visa has a hardline requirement. You literally must prove you have been living together for at least 12 months at the time you submit. On the flip side, temporary partner visas, like the partner of a worker or student visa, they don't necessarily require 12 months of living together up front, but your entire visa is heavily tied to your supporting partner's specific visa conditions and, most importantly, their income. We'll get into that again.
Let's get into Section 1, Core Eligibility Requirements.
Immigration New Zealand explicitly states they must be satisfied that you've been living together in a genuine and stable relationship. And just to be super clear, a marriage certificate alone is not enough. Immigration New Zealand assesses your relationship on 4 key pillars. Is it credible? Is it genuine? Is it stable? And are you truly actually cohabitating? Basically, you have to prove real financial independence and a shared life, not just hand over a legal piece of paper showing your marital status. To prove all of that, you need a crystal clear timeline. Think of day 1 as the day you first meet. But notice something here. That 12-month clock for a resident visa, it does not start when you begin dating or even when you get married. The clock exclusively starts at month 6 on this timeline, the exact day you actually move in together. So if you're applying for residence, your evidence needs to heavily cover that period from month 6 to month 18. And if you spent any significant periods living apart during that time, you've got to meticulously explain and justify every single day of it. Moving right along to Section 2, Gathering Bulletproof Evidence. Your evidence literally needs to be undeniable. Immigration New Zealand is looking for joint bank accounts that show active, shared financial commitments. They want to see tenancy agreements with both of your names on them, joint utility bills, and official mail sent to a shared address. And here is the absolutely critical part that so many people miss. This evidence must be dated every few months to cover the full duration of your relationship. A single power bill from last year? Yeah, that won't cut it. You must demonstrate an uninterrupted timeline of shared living. How you submit this is honestly just as important as what you submit. But the new 2026 Immigration Online Portal, you must follow these specific steps. Gather all your documents and then, pay attention to this, combine them into one single PDF per category. Please do not upload 50 separate photos of rent receipts. If you have joint rental agreements and power bills, merge them into a single file for that specific evidence category before uploading. If you ignore this system requirement, it's a guaranteed way to get your application bogged down in administrative delays. All right, Section 3, Writing Effective Support Letters. Think about it. Immigration officers read thousands of these support letters. A weak letter is usually full of flowery emotion, stuff like, they are very much in love and are soulmates. To an immigration officer, that proves absolutely nothing. A strong letter, though, relies on specific, actionable memories. Something like, I helped them move into their shared flat in May 2025, or they come over for dinner every second Sunday. That gives the officer actual, real-world context, that the relationship actually exists outside of the paperwork. So when you ask someone to write a letter for you, give them these exact instructions. They must include their full name and role, clearly state how they know you, provide approximate dates of when they've met you together, and include those specific observations we just talked about. And finally, they need to sign it. Most importantly, these letters should never, ever be templated. Immigration New Zealand can spot a copy and paste template from a mile away.
And trust me, it will actively harm your application. Which brings us to our final part, Section 4, Why Applications Get Declined. $35. This number right here is the single biggest hurdle for many couples right now. As of March 2026, the immigration median wage has increased to $35 per hour. If you're applying for a partner visa and your supporting partner is on an accredited employer work visa, well, their income is suddenly under a massive microscope.
Let's break this down. To support a partner, the sponsor has to meet specific income thresholds based on their job skill level. For skill level 1 to 3 roles, they must earn at least $28 an hour. For greenlist support, it's tied directly to that new $35 median wage. And for lower skilled, level 4 and 5 roles, the sponsor has to earn 1.5 times the median wage. That is a massive $52.50 per hour just to support their partner's visa. Falling even 1 single cent below these new rates will trigger an automatic decline. You absolutely must check your partner's current wage against these 2026 numbers before you hit submit.
But honestly, the most dangerous pitfall of all is just letting your current visa expire while you gather evidence. If it expires, you immediately become unlawfully present in New Zealand. You instantly lose the right to apply for a standard visa, and you're forced to make what's called a Section 61 request. And guys, Section 61 gives Immigration New Zealand absolute discretion to grant or refuse a visa. A decline at this stage means deportation and a global black mark on your immigration record. Keep your current visa valid at all costs.
Okay, we've covered a ton of ground in this explainer today, from the new enhanced online system that requires those single PDFs, to the strict 12-month cohabitation rules, all the way to the updated 2026 income thresholds. The landscape is definitely tougher out there, but it is entirely navigable if you're prepared. So I'll leave you with this. Looking at the evidence you have gathered right now, with stricter digital processing and the new wage thresholds in place, is your partnership application truly bulletproof for 2026? Take a hard look at your documents before you apply.